Let's have a little look at queen palm. So we've got two queen palms here. We'll focus our attention on this one because the other one is not doing so well. I mean, basically in the same position in the garden, same amount of light, same care, same feed, same underplanting with petunias, and yet this one is smaller and definitely more yellow. So we'll look at the slightly better looking one. Yeah, so this is actually the mountain form, so it's a little bit harder than a standard queen palm. Not that these are left out all winter at all. They're fine in an unheated greenhouse. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to expose them to too much in the way of frost. So yeah, as soon as we got a risk of frost, they get shuffled in. And obviously we know that queen palms in the right environment are very fast growing palms, but the UK is not obviously the right environment for them, so they're slow growing for me. I'm guessing if I wanted to keep them in a greenhouse year round, I'd get a lot more growth out of them, but at the end of the day, I don't want to pack my greenhouse full of palms, which should be adding to the appeal of the outdoor summer experience. So they are outside. So it's only really pushed out one frond or strap leaf still, albeit a fairly big one. And then we've got a tiny little spear coming out there as well. Yeah, I mean the leaves, I'm not even thinking about going pinnate yet. There's a slight split in one of these here, but I think it might not be till next year we start seeing any evidence of that. Obviously this leaf was a lot bigger, I've just cut it off. I think due to overwinter and whatever, you get the dry brown tips, and it's personal preference, I like to neaten them up a little bit. I mean, where you cut the leaf, you're always going to get that brown sort of dirty mark where you've cut it, but I think that's better than 2 or 3 inches of brown or a folded over leaf that's going to brown off anyway. Maybe I could have cut it more of a point so it looks a bit more natural, so that's something to bear in mind. But yeah, in general, like I say, an easy palm, unheated greenhouse in the winter, put them outside for summer, don't expect crazy growth on them. I did buy these off eBay 2 years ago, and they were grown from seed. I believe they're 4 years old, grown from seed. So I mean, that sort of tells you how slow grown they are. But they were cold grown. They were kept in an unheated greenhouse, even from seedlings. So in a way, they're tough plants, but yeah, slow. But I mean, that does raise the point of, do we want a palm that's going to kick out tons of growth, and then as soon as you get it outside where you want it, it's just going to flop and suffer? Or do you want a strong, healthy, tough plant? And I think it's definitely in the UK anyway, we want a tough growing plant because we need it, because even the summers sometimes aren't even that warm. I mean, today we've just come off the back of a sort of another heat wave, which is give us nearly 30 degrees for the last 4 or 5 days, but today's dropped right down to, we're about 22 today. And so I mean, we do get a lot of variation. We don't get a consistent temperature. There's a lot of fluctuation, and the nighttime temperatures are still, even though when we do have a heat wave, it does tend to be maybe sort of 18, 19 at night in general in the summer in the UK. That's not unusual for it to be sort of 10 or 12 degrees, so it's still quite a a fluctuation between day and night time temperatures. Either way, we're getting off subject again. Yeah, so I would recommend these if you into your palms and you want something that's a little bit different to like your standard Trachycarpus or Camelops humilis or whatever, you know, your standard easy to get hold of palms. If you can get hold of something like this, I mean, it is a bit different, and I'm sure once it goes pinnate that'll look quite tropical. So yeah, another easy one, easy winter care, keep it on the dry side. I'll take the cool temperatures as long as you don't give it a harsh frost, they'll be absolutely fine. Right, let's leave it there. Thanks for watching.